What better way to spend a Saturday afternoon than this game that we have in store for you right here? A staple of the college football environment. Color-coordinated schemes in the stands. A stripe out today. Students, alumni, all fans have band together to try to make life miserable for these visitors. It's the TCU Horned Frogs and the Maryland Terrapins. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, the Terrapins head coach told me before the game. Coach said they were thrilled to get off to a good start last week, starting the season 1-0, but there is so much he wants to clean up. Said, I showed the guys film. We have a very specific list of things that we've got to improve this week. Expectations are already high, but we have got to take it a game at a time and execute a game at a time. He said they will be better today, and their focus is all on execution and communicating. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Run inside. It's Smith. Knocked down immediately.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
Throws to the wideout. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Terrapins will punt this one away. Having to kick it away after a 3-and-out's not what they had in mind. Makes a move. Can they catch him? Lowers those pads. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Stealing a score on special teams.
Well, that's the start you're looking for if you're David and you're trying to upset Goliath in a game that nobody gave you an opportunity to win. What a nice job offensively, just making good decisions, taking care of the football, and making the plays when they were available to be made. They march it down the field, they get on the scoreboard, David, and I think this crowd right now is shocked.
They are shocked, and it got a lot quieter. And here's the good thing. Now the confidence goes through the roof. Coaches talked about it. We got confidence. We can win. The players have to believe. And they talked about something good happening early. Not letting this crowd go bananas. That's how they drew it up. That is an excellent start for this squad.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Washington. Right side, it's Durham. Turning it on. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Caught on the RPO. At the 45 on its way. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
It's dropped after taking the hit. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They want to run this quarterback. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. We get a timeout here taken by the Terrapins. That will be their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Hits inside. It's Chroma. Breaks into the open. Good, solid pick up there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Finds his target. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into... Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The Terrapins will get things going on offense as they come onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
Unloads to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
It's caught.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, it's Smith.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Moving the pocket, it's Washington. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Off play action. Finds his tight end. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the snap, it's Smith. How about that pursuit? They stop him right at the line of scrimmage, bringing up 4th down.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there has been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Got him on the RPO. Plows through the defense. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Terrapins come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Sets his feet. It's Washington. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
That was a nice swat. Even Dikembe Mutombo would love to wave his finger side to side and say, no, no, no.
The Terrapins come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Direct snap. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
They'll take the penalty and move them back. So just a lack of discipline, and on 4th down, 2, just hands this offense a 1st and 10. Running the red zone, it's Smith. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the play. Second down to the air. Rush right in his face. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Washington. Caught! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart, don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't turn it over. We're already in field goal range, and he's like, no, man, I got my matchup one-on-one.
Touchdown, Terrapins! Great job by the back on the option. The extra point here would tie the game. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So that was a methodical 17-play drive for the touchdown. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field ready to get going. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Austin Mack. Quickly out to the tight end. Makes the tackle.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. Trying to squeak through the pile. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
The Horned Frogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Mack. Extending the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Caught. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult if you want to throw an accurate throw like he did right there.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Quick give. It's Croma. He's past the marker. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And that's a good 2nd down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
And the Horned Frogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Mack. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. First play of this drive. He unleashes a long one. And he went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He'll move it ahead and a good productive play on the ground.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Makes the grab. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And that's an interesting choice for this offense, and specifically for the quarterback, man. 4th down, throwing the ball underneath the stick. When you're not getting a 1st down, you got to put that ball on the money, have your guy with some open space so he can run. Defense was all over that drag route. They broke on the football, no space, nowhere to go, forcing the 4th down.
And the Terrapins line up to punt it away. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. Throwing Mack. Fires to the big fella. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Horned Frogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Mack. Fires to the middle. Between the hashes, it's James. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a 1st down in the waning seconds of the half. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Oh, pressure's coming. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Austin Mack. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Again, it's Mack. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Hunt is on its way. Not a lot of room to make this catch. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And they head to the locker room, 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with Appalachian State taking on the Boise State Broncos. And it's the Mountaineers trying to win the home opener. They've got the lead midway through the first half. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the American Conference.
TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play. The defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Mack throws to the wideout. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. And the Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Making his first move. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Maryland's offense comes out ready to go on the attack. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's going to run it. He's going to be a little bit short of that 1st down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
The Terrapins will call on their punt team. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Throwing, Mack. Looking left. He's got him wide open. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Sees a crease. Fighting off the defender. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Right back to it. Inside the 30. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, TCU! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Looking for room at the 25. Got a lot of room to the right. The 30. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Maryland!
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you've got to respect it. You've got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. There he goes. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
On the run, it's Payne. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Austin Mack. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Oh, and you just feel kind of like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. He had him open, and he just overshot it a little bit. Man, those sting.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Mack. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds the tight end. Just steamrolling the defense. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Mack, under pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. The snap sets up the throw. Back's got it on the screen. Turning it on. Inside the touchdown, Horned Frogs. A great catch and run for 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, it's 21-13. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Dropping back, it's Washington. Out wide left, it's Durham. Makes the grab, and down immediately, he picks up a few.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He's gonna take off. Had to start that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the 1st down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Smith. He hurdles a guy. Racing to the right. 30. Running inside They opt to go for 2 to try to tie it up right now. He'll set up to throw. Makes the grab. He is stopped short, and this defense holds on to this slim 2-point lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Throwing, Mack. Out wide right, it's Shelton. Lots of room to run. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
On defense, man, you've got to tackle the catch against this guy. He has way too much speed. One of the fastest players in all of college football. If you even give him an inch, if you let him get a few steps, he is gone. And you saw that game-breaking speed on that last catch there. Let's be interesting now to see if this defense mixes up their coverages a little bit more. But no question, they have got to tackle better on the back end.
He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. A first down run in the red zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or 2.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, TCU!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And he added the extra point.
TCU 28, Maryland 19.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Great job getting the interception. Maybe an even better job on the return. You got the convoy. You're finding your blockers. You're out in the open field. You're saying, hey, coach, watch me with the ball in the open space. Maybe I can get on offense and get a few throws. That was a phenomenal individual effort.
The Horned Frogs trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. In the red area, it's Chroma. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! lead, going for 2 here. If they get it, it'll be a 3-possession game. They'll run it. He gets into the end zone for the 2, and that is big. It's now a 3-possession game.
Man, you see a lot of rollouts, a lot of passing for 2-point conversions. How about that, man? Just a little hard-nosed, running the football, being more physical for the 2-point conversion.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Terrapins will get things going on offense as they come onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Back to pass. It's Washington. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. They're all over him. Being chased. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's 3rd down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the 4th down.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Needs it here on 4th down. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. 2nd and long here. On play action. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the left. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what Fro...
Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
TCU. And they'll take over 1st and 10.
The Horned Frogs offense takes the field ready to get going. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Gets rid of it.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Running inside, it's Payne. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. On the ground, it's Chroma. Breaks into the open. Inside the 50. Inside the 30. He's at the touchdown, TCU! And the pummeling has started. What a game he's had. Third touchdown of this one and 5 on the season. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Maryland's offense comes out ready to go on the attack. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And I know that wasn't a big game, but this offense needed that, man. That back-to-back picks on back-to-back possessions, they got to get something going, get some good mojo, get everybody believing again, and settle their quarterback down.
Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces a third down.
And it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense, to stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And I think the defense kind of understood what was coming. Back-to-back possessions where this offense threw interceptions, like they're going to want to get the run game going, and they were ready for it. Great job fitting the gaps and making good, solid tackles.
They'll need a bunch on second down. They give it back to him. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
I love when offenses are stubborn and they run the football. That's a really good thing. Those are body blows that sometimes throughout a game can lead up. But the offensive line, they got to pave a little bit better room. Like, there needs to be a little bit more room so this guy can break free and get in the open field, try to make a play. Now it's 3rd and 6, so now probably a passing situation.
It's too bad because this guy's had an incredible day statistically, already over 100 yards rushing, but look on the scoreboard and you'd never know it. Their defense has not been able to do their part, and you just wonder if it's going to be enough handing off to this guy to get back in the game.
Straight ahead, it's Smith. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give is to Smith. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And how about this confidence in their field goal kicker? They're going to pat him on the butt and say, go give us 3, big fella. The field goal is no good. The idea was to draw just a tad closer. Instead, the mountain is still enormous.